What's up, guys? It's me, Alan, and I'm back with another video today. I have another NASCAR Diecast video to do today. And funny enough, how with the last guy that I reviewed, Kevin Harvick, with how dominant he was last year, and then the lack of wins this year, how about I review the other guy that dominated last year and still has not won yet this season? Denny Hamlin in his 2020 Federal, well, I should say FedEx, but Federal Express Darlington Throwback for Joe Gibbs Racing. And I can already see something on this car that I'm going to have to point out, but we'll get to that momentarily. Now, this obviously came in the box that I have beside me, but a little bit messed up here on the diecast box. Now, this also did come out in the Authentics line as well. You may remember I've done videos on that particular Authentics wave. Oh, I see why. Or I see partly why. Because this part of the plastic got, when the diecast got put in, this part of the plastic was in and folded. This top part was folded. But anyway, aside from that, now you may remember I was not really able to find that diecast, that wave of Authentics, and I had a buddy of mine help me out to get those diecasts. The Hamlin one was the, well, you couldn't find the Bowman one either, but I got that one in a giveaway. The Hamlin one was the only Authentics diecast from that wave that I did not have yet, but now I have it in the Gold Series. And there's the diecast, of course, out of its box. Now, the thing I want to point out real quick is, what the hell is that on the name banner on the back? What the fuck? Like, first of all, the Lynn in Hamlin isn't even lined up correctly. But more importantly, that's not the font that they use. Compare that to Harvick. That's not the font, bro. What are we doing here? But anyway, and a bit of scuff up on over here. Let me try to get that off. Oh, did I just take off a bit of decal? Shit, I might have. But anyway, so honestly, I wouldn't say this is one of the greatest diecast or throwbacks, paint schemes at least, but you know, it does get the job done. And obviously, we know what happened last year. Denny Hamlin won a shit ton of races. It was him and Harvick all summer long. They get into the playoffs, and you know, Harvick obviously won the opener at Darlington. I think Hamlin got a couple of wins throughout the playoffs. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. And obviously he did make it into the championship 4. But once again, even with it being at Phoenix rather than Homestead, once again, Hamlin could not get it done. And now, this is the thing that I've had with Hamlin this year, as we have a loose windshield, and it's not aligned properly either. But this is the thing that I've had with Hamlin throughout this season, and it was with some of his comments earlier in the year, was that, like, yes, right now he is the regular season champion by virtue of the fact that he's leading in the overall points for the time being, with 4 races left to go in the regular season. And, you know, but he has Kyle Larson right on his heels. Not to mention, there's 4 races left and only 3 playoff spots left available, courtesy of the fact that Eric Almirola just picked up the W at New Hampshire a couple weeks ago. And we're going into Watkins Glen tomorrow, because I'm recording this on Saturday, where, barring anything crazy, we're probably going to see one of either Chase Elliott or Martin Truex Jr., who both are really good at, you know, Watkins Glen. Probably going to see one of the two of them win. I would also throw Brad Keselowski out there for a possible winner because of the fact that he starts on the pole and because he's had some runner-up finishes in the past, kind of like AJ Allmendinger. You know, he was the runner-up at Watkins Glen in Xfinity in 2019 and earlier today. But he's won here in the Cup Series. So, honestly, and I don't even... Oh, okay. And so, let's be honest here. And then after that, furthermore, you have the Indianapolis Road Course, which nobody has been on unless you ran it in the Xfinity race last year. So, Chase Briscoe and maybe a couple others, depending on the entry list. And then you have Michigan, where Hamlin might get a win. And then you have Daytona, where anybody can win that fucking thing. I mean, hell, I would laugh if somehow a Rick Ware racing car or Starcom managed to win that race. I would just laugh. But for Hamlin to go from last year where he was winning so much to now, and this is what I was alluding to with his comments earlier, like, you know, he would get asked about, oh, what could you have done differently? You know, do you think you could have won out there? And it seems like he was more focused on being the overall points leader. And at the time, I was pissed off because it's like, Hamlin, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you're the overall points leader, but that doesn't fucking matter if you don't have wins right now. So right now, again, being in that regular season champion spot, only a few points up on Kyle Larson, who has 4 wins on the season, Hamlin would be locked in the playoffs. So with 4 races left, technically there's really only 2 spots left because regular season champion gets an automatic bid. However, if Larson knocks him out of that spot and Hamlin can't get it back between after tomorrow and going into Daytona, then and then also depending on who wins the next 3 races, Daytona is going to be huge for him because, again, 4 races left, 3 playoff spots left. If more, basically all we need is 2 guys who don't have a win yet this year to win. And that will would knock Harvick out of the playoffs unless he is one of those winners, and it would put Hamlin on the bubble, possibly to not even make the playoffs. And honestly, with the way this season has been, that's a very real possibility. So if I'm Denny Hamlin, I'm looking at these final 4 races and I'm saying, okay, Kyle Larson is this far back from me. I don't have a win yet. I got 4 races left. I cannot put Daytona up to chance, especially if we get more new winners. Okay? Keep in mind, look at some of the guys that haven't won yet. Obviously Harvick, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez. I'm probably missing somebody, but I think you get my point here. My point is, we could very well see Hamlin not even make the playoffs by virtue of not having any wins and not maintaining that regular season champion spot should Larson get around him. Is it stupid? Yeah. Honestly, I would say it's stupid because Hamlin's been leading the overall points for pretty much all season. But that's just the thing about the playoffs is points don't matter if you don't have wins. Win and you're in. Now, it would be funny if Hamlin wins regular season champion, which automatically locks him into the playoffs, doesn't win a single race the remainder of the season, and somehow pulls a Matt Crafton and wins the championship. Like, of all the ways you could win a championship, and the fact that Hamlin's been in a championship winning position before and hasn't gotten it done while having won before, if he does it without winning a race this year, that would just be peak Denny Hamlin. Like you might as well just retire right there, because that's really all he needs. 3-time Daytona 500 champion. He's won a bunch of other races. He's won a few of the other crown jewels, but he's never been able to put it together to win a championship. So, we'll see what happens. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you all next time. Peace.